Hi everyone, welcome back. I'm Di, and today I am bringing you my first impressions of the series, The Goddess of Greene Street. The first book in this series is Statue of Limitations. This is a new series done by Kate Collins, who may sound familiar because she is the author of the Flower Shop Mystery series that was also adapted by the Hallmark Channel. I have not read the Flower Shop Mystery series, so this was my first experience with her writing. And this series, the first book, just came out at the end of January 2020. This series follows Athena Spencer, who was recently divorced and has moved back to her hometown with her young son. She is working at her father's garden center for the time being when she meets a man that is claiming that the statue that her grandfather recently acquired actually belongs to his family. Not only that, the area in which her grandfather's restaurant is located is kind of a little Greece, and there is a family who is wanting to tear down all of the buildings on Greene Street, where the little Greece is located, to build a condominium. Just recently, the head of that family has died, and to Athena, the circumstances seem mysterious. Not only that, someone else close to that family has also died recently, very mysteriously, and the man that she had met, who claims that the statue in their garden center belongs to his family, has been implicated in the crime. So this installment has Athena fighting for her grandfather's property and trying to save little Greece from the family that wants to tear it down, and trying to help the man who's claiming that the statue belongs to his family clear his name. I have to be honest, I have more things that I disliked about this book than I do things that I liked. So I guess I'll start with the things that I liked. Athena has a hobby in this series, which is writing a blog. She writes a blog, I believe it's called Goddess Anon, and she puts up blog posts about things that has happened to her during the day, mostly about interactions she's had with her family. The funny thing is that her family members all follow her blog, and they read her little blog posts, which are really about them, but they have no idea. And the commentary that they have on the blog post is pretty hilarious, especially because some of the advice that they give, or they have mentioned that the writer should take into account, is stuff that really they should be taking into account themselves. So I thought that was a little funny. I do enjoy Athena's interactions with her family. There are several scenes where they're together and they're having meals together. And so that part I really enjoyed. But pretty much that is all I enjoyed about this book. And I'm kind of disappointed about that. First off, the thing that bothered me the most about this is that Athena lies to the authorities, not once, not twice, but 3 times. 3 times she lies to police officers. Once when she's being questioned about something, and I can't get behind that. That bothered me a lot. The first time it happened, the second time it happened, it was an even worse circumstance. And the third time it happened, I was just like, are you kidding me? It was just uncalled for, and she doesn't ever get reprimanded for doing that. And so I didn't think that was a great message either to be having in a story. When she meets Case, who is the man who is claiming that the statue they have recently acquired belongs to his family, she meets him in a circumstance that I don't feel like was a very safe one. And not only that, she doesn't ever think about the fact that it's not a safe situation, but at the same time, she's like oogling him she's noticing how attractive she thinks he is, and not the time or place. And that happens a few times in this book as well. So that wasn't great for me. Also, Athena is a single mom, which I am as well. So I could relate to that aspect of her life. However, I'm not sure how young her son is. It says that she was married for 10 years, and I am not sure if they ever say how old he is, but I perceive him to be like elementary school age. And there are times in this story where she chooses to work out details of this investigation and to investigate the murders rather than spend time with her son. And I don't agree with that either. I'm not even sure why there was a need to have the son as a character, unless the author is planning on having him be more involved in the stories. He's really not mentioned hardly at all in this book. And I read a few cozies where there are single parents, single moms, and there's more involvement of the children in the stories, more mention of them. The parents spend more time with their kids. That's something that I feel is very important. I would never choose to investigate something rather than spend time with my kid, especially not at that young age. Now, my daughter is not that age anymore, but even when she was, I mean, spending time with her was the most important thing to me. So yeah, I didn't get that she put investigating over spending time with her kid. There's even a scene in here where she's given the option to investigate it or go home, and she chooses to investigate and call her kid and say, sorry, I'm not going to be home. And I didn't like that at all. It didn't sit well with me. I didn't think her priorities were in the right place. But that's a personal thing. I don't know that it will bother a lot of people, but it's something that bothered me, especially the fact that I don't see her spending a lot of time with him in the book. And when other people in her family who are helping her to take care of her child do stuff for him, like, I don't know, teach him how to climb a tree or purchase a pop-up pool so that he can spend time learning how to swim during the summertime, she kind of gets upset. And it's just like, well, you're not doing these things for him, and he seems to be spending more time with them than he is with you. So yeah, you can see that it bothered me a lot. Not only that, she does not like the fact that he is wanting to know his Greek roots. He's really into learning Greek phrases and being more Greek, and that's not something that she wanted for him. And she gets upset when he starts using Greek phrases when speaking with her, and kind of prefers the nickname that his grandmother gives him instead of his regular name that she gave him, and things like that. And again, it's not something that I agreed with. Speaking of the Greek heritage thing, I am not sure how researched the mentions of Greek culture was done by the author. So there's no mention of the fact that she grew up with Greek friends or is Greek or anything like that in this book. So I'm not sure if what I read is stereotypical And I have no experience with the Greek culture at all, so I'm not sure how to take some of the things that was being talked about in here. I kind of figured out who the culprit was really early on. It was really obvious to me, which was kind of a letdown, because when things like that happen, I feel like for the rest of the book I'm just waiting to see how they're going to get caught. And yeah, it was entertaining. Like I said, I definitely enjoyed the little blog post that she made about her family and her family's interactions and things like that. But there was a lot more things about this that bothered me than things that I enjoyed. I did listen to this entire book on audio through Hoopla, even though I do own a copy. This was the Book One Cozies Club pick for March. And so, yeah, I mean, I don't know what else to say. The narration was pretty good. I did find the experience entertaining, but will I continue to the next book in this series? I don't think so. Unless it comes into my hands in another way other than me looking it out or purchasing it. I don't think this is a series that I'm going to actively look to continue. You can tell just from what I've been talking about that I've had several issues with Athena herself and her investigative style. Knowing who the culprit was early on did not help me want to check out more in this series, because I don't know if that is part of the author's writing style, to let the reader know who the culprit is early on. Like I said, that's not something that I enjoy or something that I look for in my mysteries. I want to be held in suspense, or as much suspense as a cozy mystery can give me, until the end. I want to not be able to figure out who the culprit is so early. So yeah. I'd really like to hear what you think of this one, either in the comments below or in the Goodreads group thread. All of the Book One Cozies Club selection threads are listed in the Mystery Madness Goodreads group. I linked them down in the description box below. But yeah, let me know what you think of this one if you've read it. Also, if you've read any of Kate Collins' other flower shop mysteries, let me know that as well. And if you think that I might enjoy those better. I know that's a more established series, and I had been interested in checking it out for a while, but after reading this one, I'm kind of not sure. I think I will probably still check out the first book in that series, but yeah, I wasn't as happy with this reading experience as I hoped I would be. But yeah, that's about all I've got to say on this one. And that's all I've got for you today. I hope you're all doing great, and until next time, take care and smile always. Bye.